Hey everyone, Shadowverse just announced their next big event, and there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of little key details that some people are missing, and I will just say I'm a little disappointed, but let's just get into it. I'll give my thoughts after we explain what everything is. So, announcing the Legends Rise Cup, Worlds Beyond's first Grand Prix tournament, the Legends Rise Cup, will begin July 8th at 11 p.m. PST. So the Grand Prix in Shadowverse 1 were events where you enter this gauntlet, and it's usually either constructed or sometimes take two, which is the draft format that's going to be coming out soon. This one for us is going to be constructed, and you basically go in and you have 5 rounds or 5 games basically, and your record in those 5 games determines what rewards you win. And then there's 3 stages. There's stage 1, and then depending on how well you do in stage 1, stage 2 you can be in group A or B. And then if you're in group A, depending on how well you do in stage 2, you can go to group A or B finals. And then if you're in group B in stage 2, you always go to group B finals. And then the finals is just a one-time similar gauntlet, and then you get like some rewards, and we'll talk about the rewards in a second. But the Grand Prix were a really good way to earn a lot of rewards, actually, especially if you are sort of like, you're not into take 2, but you are pretty good at constructed or whatever, and you can play in these tournaments and get a lot of rewards, because the way it works is every day you could enter 5 times, but the first time was a free entry. These typically cost, in the first game, they cost 150 rupees, which was, 1.5 packs, basically, right? So, these are probably going to cost 750 rupees, along with the, very nerfed rupee, specifically rupee, right? Rupee economy. It's going to look rough for entering a lot of times, right? But we're going to get into some even worse details in a second. But, yeah, so in the Grand Prix, 3 rounds stand between you and Ultimate Glory, stage 1, stage 2, and their final stage, each consisting of a fixed number of matches. Score enough victories in each round to keep advancing and eventually win it all. The Grand Prix can be accessed from Arena on the home screen. Rules format best of 1. And then they give the periods for each stage. And here's, there's a couple interesting things here. So, in each thing, you can only attempt 3 times per day now. You used to be able to attempt 5 times per day. And again, in the old game, you got that 1 free entry per day. 1 free entry per day. So that is going to limit, because you'd be able to kind of stockpile a lot of rupees, and if you're good, or, got a little lucky, right, you would be able to make a lot more money in packs and stuff like that, and it was a really easy way to translate your rupees into packs and even more rupees, right? So they're kind of limiting the amount of, obviously right now in the game, you probably wouldn't be able to do that anyway, just because we just started, and a lot of people don't have, big, like, pool of rupees and stuff, but in the future, if you do have a big pool of rupees, you're not going to be able to just dump them all in to this Grand Prix and basically farm a lot of rewards, right? Because you only get to enter 3 times per day. And so 5 matches each, and you win 4 matches, and you advanced to Group A. And the way it works is it's like, the minute you hit like a 4-win run, you can still keep playing, but you're like, okay, next stage I'll advance to stage 2, or next stage on stage 2, I'll be in Group A. It'll just kind of say that, and you don't have to like sweat, basically, right? To get to Group A. And yeah, so stage 2. Then the final stage is interesting because in the Group A finals, there's 6 rounds, 6 matches, and you have to win 5. I think that was different because in the first game, you just had to win every single one, and it was 5 rounds. Sometimes it was 3 on special Grand Prix. Or no. It was 3 in Group B and 5 in Group A, and you had to win every one. So you're kind of given a loss, or like you're able to lose one, which I like. But yeah, so here's the big part. Entry. In stages 1 and 2, you get 1 free attempt per stage. So basically, we cut the free entries from 10, because they ran 10 days and you get 1 every day, 1 free entry every day, to 2, technically 3, because the final stage is always free to enter. I don't understand. I truly do not understand. And again, unless the price of entry is lower and it's not going to be $750, which I think it will be. And I also think it will be because packs are 500, right? They're not going to let you enter lower than a pack price, and you're usually guaranteed a pack no matter what. So unless it is like 250 rupees, right? And then we're like, oh, then we're balling. Then that's an awesome thing, right? But I just don't think they will. It doesn't make sense that they will either, right? The fact that you get 1 free attempt per stage is so bad. It's so bad in this already bad economy. But let's kind of, let's wrap it up, and then I'll give my thoughts. Grand Prix tickets. In celebration of the Legends Rise Cup, special Grand Prix missions will be available for 3 days, with a total of 3 Grand Prix tickets available as rewards. So you'll be able to do some quests to get some tickets. I've seen some people go, oh, well, it's fine now because you're going to get 3 tickets, so you get 5 basically free entries. Again, that's still cut in half from the 10 free entries. But the thing about that is, in the original Shadowverse Evolved, you'd get missions to get tickets anyway. So it's like, in the original Shadowverse, you'd get a ticket for, or you get a free entry every day, and then you'd also have some tickets, right? So I don't know. Anyway, and then that is pretty much it. They say some rewards, and then down here, do I have this zoomed in? I must have this zoomed in, but down here are the rewards for the finals, the Group A and Group B. And there's a funny thing. So, Group A, you get the sleeves and the emblem, and then you get a flare or title if you win, and you get a Sears Globe, and you get 5 packs. The funny part is, in Group B, and they kept this around, if you win in Group B, you get a legendary card, which is like, that's arguably better than the title, it's, I don't know, so I know back in the day, especially my friend would kind of joke with me, like, I should just go in Group B to get the free legendary card, and it's like, nowadays it's like, maybe you should, but anyway, okay, so that is the Grand Prix. Let me sort of summarize my thoughts. I'm really happy these exist. It's more events, more stuff to do. I hate that they cut the daily entries away. Like, I think that is terrible. And it just shows even more that the economy and everything. The game is just greedier than the original game. It just is. It's just a fact, Especially because you can only enter these with rupees or crystals, which we're not even going to talk about crystals because you have to pay for crystals, right? So, and Grand Prix tickets, of course, but you got them in Shadowverse 1. So it's like, it's not like these are a new thing. Another thing, asterisk, I know people are getting them in the lobby chest. The lobby chest is just, it's just a gotcha. I haven't gotten them. Someone came in the stream one time and was like, oh, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And they're apparently very, very, very rare, and we have no rates on the lobby chest, so I'm not gonna, talk about the lobby chest. It doesn't matter, It's just bad. I don't like that the daily entries are down. Another thing, and this is not for me because I am a competitive player, and I usually play ranked, and that is just what I do. But for a lot of casual people that are coming into this game from either other games, or they're not looking to really, lock it and grind, either because they just want to play, casually, or because they literally cannot, because they just don't have access to the cards, because like we talked about, like we've been talking about, cards are really hard to get, and it's really hard to fully build a meta deck right now in the beginning of this game. This is another, like, competitive event where you are playing a constructed deck. So you best expect Rune and Portal to be all over the place, right? And I'm not too big of a fan of, like, pushing people into playing, like, ranked for the chests, and then this thing for, you know, for more rewards, and it's all constructed. And I just don't think casuals are gonna like this, and not even like casuals, like people that don't have meta decks built because they didn't get lucky, right? Or haven't, like, played every day. And I don't know. I also feel like the impact of this event is gonna go down where with only being able to enter once per stage, because people are just gonna go in, enter in their first stage, if they win or lose, whatever, and then they're just not going to think about it ever again. So I don't know, and we'll have to wait and see what the reward breakdown is going to be for like entering with rupees. Like, will it be more worth, or like how many wins you have to get more than your rupee entry, you know? Because obviously, like, thinking about me, like, I don't have a ton of rupees, and you know, I'll get the 3 tickets and then the 2 entries and then the finals entry. But I don't know. I don't like this change at all. It's really baffling. It really makes no sense at all. Because it's basically just going to turn into just like, okay, one and done, see ya. Because people probably aren't going to spend their rupees on this. If this was like Take 2 or something, and I know Take 2 is coming, I'd be a little more open to this. I still wouldn't like the no free entry, but I don't know. They're just being greedy. They're just being really greedy, and it's really disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. But anyway, that is the video. Sorry, it's a little bit of a downer, but let me know what you guys think, because I've seen some comments and stuff. And I just want to hear, like, sort of what the people that are watching my videos think, because I don't know. It seems like there's kind of a shift where a lot of the newer players or casual players like quitting, or sort of like silent quitting. Like, I don't see them anymore, you know, or like see comments. The comments are a lot like defending and trying to, you know, figure out how this is actually comparable to SV1, which it's just not, you know? So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'd really, you know, be interested to see what comments you guys have. You know, I try to read and respond to as many comments as possible. So, yeah. All right. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.